Hi, this is Paul at School Bus Talk. On this episode of School Bus Talk, we're going to talk about a school bus crash that happened in Blue Springs, Missouri, which is a suburb east of Kansas City. The crash happened on Thursday, September 25th, 2025 at 6:45 a.m. The crash involved a Type 1 conventional school bus that lost control and crashed into a commercial building near the intersection of US 40 and Missouri State Highway 7. Specifically, the bus collided with a dentist's office, causing a large hole in the building. Both roads are multi-lane boulevards. The intersection is controlled by a traffic signal, and there are right and left-hand turn pockets. The neighborhood is commercial development with large parking lots, big box stores, and convenience stores and gas stations. The traffic volume at this intersection is high, with a reported 50,000 vehicles per day. The school bus, which is a Thomas built C2, is commonly known as the safety liner, was inbound to Blue Springs South High School with students on board, which is approximately 1.3 miles distance from the crash site. As a result of the crash, the bus driver and three students were taken to the hospital with non-serious injuries. My heart goes out to all the victims of this bus crash. Sources for this video are listed in the description. Let's review the weather conditions. The crash scene photos show that the weather was fair and the roadway pavement was dry. This table shows that sunrise was at 7:07 a.m., so it was twilight. The crash happened 22 minutes before sunrise. It was more nighttime than daylight. However, we can look at the surveillance video and you can see that the area is well lit by street lights and commercial security lighting. Therefore, visibility and road conditions were not a factor in this crash. Before going into greater detail, let's first review what the Blue Springs Police Department said about the cause of the crash. As reported in the KSN.com website, the police department said that based on witness statements and driver accounts, the preliminary investigation has revealed that the bus had the right of way at the intersection and, quote, a vehicle approaching a yield sign failed to yield to the school bus, resulting in the accident, end quote. Let's now review the street level images of this crash site. I'm speculating that the bus was eastbound on US 40 with a green light in the number 2 lane going to the high school. The speed limit on US 40 is 45 miles an hour. Here is a street level image of the speed limit sign west of the crash scene. And here is a street level Google image of the intersection looking east. I'm speculating that the vehicle was going north on Highway 7 and merged into the right turn lane going on to US 40. Here is the street level Google image of the yield sign, and here is an image looking back at the right-hand turn lane. This image is a crash scene photo looking east on US 40 from the approximate location of the yield sign. You can see the building with the dentist office off in the distance and what appears to be a road sign knocked over by the vehicle. Here is the Google street level image showing the sign installed and upright. There is an interesting overhead drone image of where the school bus impacted the building, and I have added some graphics showing the bus skid marks. No one was in the building at the time of the crash. However, due to the large hole in the building, the city of Blue Springs did restrict occupancy until a structural engineer was able to review the building and determine it was safe to re-enter. The bus suffered significant damage to the forward control unit. Let's now look at some surveillance camera video which was captured of the bus crash. The first video is from the jewelry store at the southeast corner of the intersection. We'll watch it in actual speed, and then I will slow it down and zoom it in. Here's the surveillance camera at actual speed. Again, a second time, you can see that the school bus impacts the dental office, and then the vehicle skids across the grass median strip and into the parking lot. Let's watch it zoomed in and in slow motion. There's the impact of the bus and the vehicle skidding across the parking lot. There's a second surveillance camera video of this crash from what appears to be a location across the street at the convenience store gas station. I have zoomed in and slowed down this video. Here's the video. Look for the bus entering from the right, going across the screen, and then you can see the impact with the dental office. And then the vehicle passes into the picture. Watch it one more time. It's important to note that you can see on this video that the bus's brake lights are on. The collision with the dental office was very violent. Must have shooken up the kids on the bus a lot. Let's talk about stopping distance of a school bus. Total stopping distance is made up of two components: reaction time and braking distance. Now, I asked Google how much a Thomas-built safety liner weighs, and it's approximately 33,000 pounds. I then asked Google Artificial Intelligence, what is the stopping distance for a 33,000 pound school bus going 45 miles an hour? Google AI estimates that the bus stopping distance to be between 250 and 300 feet. If you want a more detailed review of stopping distance, check out my video, Bus Crash in Boulevard, Missouri, which I'll put a link to in the upper right-hand corner. Let's conclude by looking at the potential paths of travel of the school bus and the vehicle as the bus swerved to the right. Based on the surveillance video and the drone image of the bus skid marks, I estimate the bus's path of travel from the yield sign to the building is something like as shown in the yellow line in this image. And the vehicle's path of travel is approximately as shown in the red line. Depending on where exactly the school bus driver applies the bus brakes and started the swerve to the right, it looks to me like it's within 250 feet of the stopping distance calculated by Google AI. A big, heavy bus going 45 miles per hour has a lot of momentum and kinetic energy. I think that the bus driver did a good job controlling the swerving bus, and it's fortunate that the bus did not overturn. Lastly, I don't think that the bus and the vehicle actually collided. It was a near miss, but they didn't actually hit each other. I base this speculation on the surveillance videos and the police department statement. It appears to me that the vehicle failed to yield at the right-hand turn and went into the path of the bus. The bus driver slammed on the brakes to avoid the collision, and the bus then swerved to the right. There just wasn't enough distance for the bus to come to a complete stop before hitting the building. This crash in Blue Springs, Missouri, is very similar to a school bus crash in Peoria, Illinois. Both occurred at intersections of multi-lane boulevards and involved vehicles failing to yield, and then the school bus crashing into a commercial building. Please check out the link to that video in the upper right-hand corner. Also, please comment and give feedback on this school bus crash in Blue Springs, Missouri. Remember, safety is essential.